Good morning and welcome to Women in Sport Africa, a show that shines the spotlight on the incredible women in the country that have chosen sport as their life. Her name is Mapaseka Makhanya. It's part two. Part one, we got to know her just a little bit, where she comes from, Naledi, Soweto, and the races that she's done across the world. So today, we get to dig in a little deeper. We speak about loss and we speak about triumph and where she is taking her career in athletics. Our conversation continues with Mapaseka Makhanya. Mapaseka, so we've learned of your journey, your early days when you got to go to Mauritius for the first time and Hungary, representing the country in the youth ranks. So now you make an important decision in 2013 that I've done the track, I've done the 800 and the 1.5. Now I'm switching to road races. How did that decision come about?
Track was remember I resigned from my job, so yes. I needed to make money out of running because now I'm concentrating on running. I'm a mother, so track was no longer making money, we started with my coach saying, let's run just one Spa Ladies race and see how it goes. Mm-hmm. And luckily I was still running for Transnet, so they flew me to these races. And I did well at my Spa Ladies race, my first one. I think I won it. And from then on, it was just, it became easy because now I have the confidence, because these people that I was running with is the people that have always been running the Spa Ladies races, and they've been good at it. So now I'm competing with them and I won that race. So I had confidence to do more and run more Spa Ladies races, and I won them. I won the grand.
But let's stay on these Spa races and how much they've been a game changer for women specifically in the country. And we know that they're attached to an important cause, but also just to know that we have a date with the Spa Ladies Grand Prix. And I mean, we have Glen Rose now, who's been doing exceptionally well. We have ladies that come from outside of the countries. They, they stress us when they come and they win the race. But at the same time, it's such an important race on the calendar.
It is, and especially for women in South Africa, even those outside of South Africa, because for us it's a form of competition, and for them also it elevates as much as it elevates us, it elevates them as well to go run bigger races, bigger marathons, because the competition is tough. But with the Spa Ladies race, there's something about it. There's something about being in that start line as a woman with 20 other females. 98% of them, you're not even competing with them, but there is something that Spa is doing for women in South Africa with the Spa Ladies races that it can never be undone. It elevates us as females. I think most of us who have won the Grand Prix, we've gotten to sign brand deals. We are household names because of the Spa Ladies races. You go to Durban, the people who do sports, they know Glen Rose Xaba, they know Mapaseka Makhanya, the Palula twins, Yvette Van Zyl, because through the Spa Ladies races. And I don't think they get more acknowledgement of what they're doing for us as women, in elevating the brand of individuals, in stepping out and making and feeding families, because we feed our families through the Spa Ladies races. Yeah. Through the Spa Ladies races also, I got to become the South African Sportswoman of the Year.
And that's a big one.
And that's a big one.
Yeah.
And I'm the first athlete running to become the South African Sportswoman of the Year. And we thought Spa Ladies races is a small thing. It's just the 10 kilometers in South Africa. She doesn't go international. She doesn't do international races. But through that, I got the recognition and I became the South African Sportswoman of the Year. And that is out of this world.
And how would you describe your journey when it comes to getting the brand deals, getting the sponsorship? Because we still have these conversations because we feel like it's still not enough. Mapaseka Makhanya should be branded from head to toe as an athlete. I'm talking about your vitality. There's a lot of them. We can go to town about the number of sponsors that you should be wearing from head to toe as a female athlete that has done everything when it comes to running.
it's unfortunate that as female athletes, and when I say athletes, I speak holistically, we are too, I don't know what's the right word to use, but we are too humble. We are too humble. We don't speak out.
You don't sell yourself.
We don't sell, never mind that, the brand deals that you're talking about, we don't even have to make noise to get them. Our talent makes so much noise, but we don't get all those things, especially women of color. We don't get all those brand deals. You don't see a Mapaseka driven by a certain brand of a car, unless if she got it from Spa. You don't see Glen Rose, a South African record holder in a marathon, being driven by a brand of a car, except when she got it from the Spa ladies races. It's so unfortunate that sports women are overlooked. Sports women we carry the nation. We are mothers. We carry the nation, but we are overlooked when it comes to building ourselves. Maybe it's the fear that we can become bigger than what we are. It's the fear that we can overshadow the other our counterparts.
The other
but
gender.
It shouldn't be a competition. Women should be given the same platform that they give men. Women should be sold as much as they sell men. We are the pillar of the communities. Soccer, priorities, playing chiefs. Women are there. Why cannot men do the same for women and say, you know what, let's go support the Spa ladies races. Let's go support soccer. Let's go to Dobsonville Stadium and just sit there and just watch grassroots level soccer, As much as we go and watch MDC because it's in the township that we have nothing to do, we just go there. So what happens if you can elevate women in sports? Like this conversation, we talk about it every day and no one listens. And the people who are holding the keys are the ones who need to listen. And I'm so grateful for Nike. I wore Nike. I gave birth in 2009. 2010 National Championships. Ezekiel Siping says, Mapaseka, you're gonna run in these shoes, Nike shoes. It's like, I was like, Siping, brand new. He says, stop running barefoot, you're a mother now.
Can you please put on some shoes?
And that race, I won national champs. My daughter was 8 months. I was a South African champion in the 800 meters. And through that race, I got a deal with Nike, with those shoes. And the guy from Nike, the guy who was at Nike, sometimes we don't sponsor black athletes because we see you running barefoot. And how are you going to sell our brand if you're running barefoot? Had we known this earlier?
How you would have done it a long time ago. Wow.
And since that day, I have been a Nike athlete. Now I can say a brand ambassador because I had stopped running, but they've still taken care of me. But when I was running faster, I was getting paid by Nike. They organized races for me internationally. So for them not to drop me even when I was out of the game, it says a lot about their integrity, also about me, the person that I am, that we are willing to stay with this girl. And, she has potential. Even now, when I say I came back to running, Mapa, you need training shoes, you need racing shoes. Nike still shows up. And we need those kind of things. People who believe in you. Not all male-dominated sponsorships are neglecting women. So they have done a great deal for me. They have showed me support, even when I thought I don't deserve it.
They were there for you.
They were there for me.
The story of Mapaseka Makhanya continues after the break. welcome back to Women in Sport Africa with myself, Lona Bomiso, and I'm joined by Mapaseka Makhanya, a middle and long distance runner, and she's done it all when it comes to athletics. So Mapaseka, 2019 obviously came, we'll remember 2019 for coming with COVID-19, but also I think it was probably somewhat of a turning point in your life when we look at the loss of your brother and soon after your dad as well. And I appreciate how you've been so vocal about that, because we don't like to speak about the struggles, you know? We don't like to speak about the struggles, forgetting that someone else is going through the same thing. But take me through that moment and just how difficult it was for you to experience that loss at that time.
Sure. Now you're taking me back to, like, as much as you say you don't talk about those things, it's something that you sometimes suppress because people are like, you talk about it a lot. You know, my brother was my best friend. My little brother was everything to me. When I lost, listen, my brother was in a car accident in 2017.
Yeah.
And my world changed, started from 2017. And when I ran my first Soweto marathon in 2017, I passed where my brother had his first accident, and my head was just, I don't know what was happening, but I opened the gap because I was not even thinking. Had I not opened that gap, maybe I would have become fifth or I would have won the race, but it was that's how special he was to me. And then in 2018, he was involved in another accident, and that changed my life forever. He was in hospital the whole month, ICU every day. I was in hospital every single day for 4 weeks. 4 weeks, every single day I drove to the hospital. He's not responsive, he's not, you know. The day that I don't go to hospital, that Saturday, everybody phoned me. The Friday, I say to my mom, we're leaving the hospital, I say, he looks like me today. I turn back, my mom looks at me, I say, Lebo looks like me, like this is me lying there. Like he looked so much like me. And the next day, I don't know what happened, I didn't go to the hospital. Everybody was phoning me, I was ignoring their calls. And not because I knew what was happening, because I was like, you know what? Everybody's going and the ICU go one in, one out. So I don't wanna be that, like, can I have a break today? I'll go tomorrow. And that was the day my little brother was no more. I felt something in me was, I don't know, like, phew. That was a huge loss for me. My brother was not just a brother, he was a best friend. He was an uncle to my daughter. He was a father to my daughter. And losing him, I don't think I've recovered. I don't think I'll recover. I'm talking about last weekend. I was running in Mpumalanga, and there was family functions, and my daughter didn't want to go because she's in matric. And I knew every time when I go somewhere, I pick up the phone. Lebo, where are you? I'm at work. No, leave work. Naledi doesn't have a babysitter. And she would leave everything. And then that weekend, went back there. My daughter didn't want to go anywhere. I need to go to Mpumalanga. And my little brother is not there. So as much as I forget, or I try to forget.
There's days that triggers.
There's days that triggers that. If he was here,
it would be different.
It would be different. I wouldn't have this of, oh, who's going to take... I knew she was going to be safe because I was going for, you know, maybe a weekend, and he's not here. I have no one to call. Everybody is going to family functions. She was supposed to go, but she's studying. She's in matric. She doesn't want to go.
Yeah.
And those days come hard and they hit hard. And I realized that I'm not over losing my little brother. It's been 6 years. 6 years, and it still feels like it was yesterday.
And that's the thing about grieving. There's something, especially within the Black community, where we want to have a time frame, you know. And I hear you when you say it feels like you're talking too much. But you can never talk too much, because talking is the healing, you know. When you're talking about it, it's part of the remembering. It's part of the saying, this is what I feel right now about this important person in my life.
Yeah, my little brother, something else, you know.
And I suppose, Mapaseka, I mean, having a girl child, you were a girl child, so you understand the importance of having that one person that will take care of your child in the same way that you would too, and that was your brother.
Yeah, boy. Like that guy would say, "Ooh, I'm leaving work now. I'm gonna pretend that I'm sick so that he can come stay with my daughter, so that he can spend the weekend with me, because I'm away. I'm going to run. In 2018." In 2018, I was going to World Championships half marathon. So I said, Lebo, I'm going to Spain. I need you to come. He says, okay, I'm pretending to be sick. They're looking at me, I'm sick. And then 30 minutes later, he was home. And the thing is, I was in Spain, I was not worried about my daughter, I was not worried about him. Even when I got back from Spain, he bought me clothes. It's like, this is a gift for you, I bought you clothes so that you come back, we're happy. He was that kind of a person that, this is my sister, don't mess with my sister, this is my... Naledi was his daughter. Aww. So it's one of those things that, you know what, when I run, probably coming back from running, it's for me because I have unfinished business, but also for him because the sacrifices that he made for me to be able to run. Yeah. So I can't just give up because he sacrificed for me to be able to run. So I need to come back and continue running.
And that there is the story of Mapaseka, and part of it is not just the medals, but it's also going through the losses and the challenges in life that in the end make us the people that we are. So when we come back, she's spoken about it, that she's back racing once more, and we're gonna get to know a little more about the dynamics of coming back and what lies ahead for Mapaseka Makhanya. It's Women in Sport Africa. It's Women in Sport Africa, and every Sunday we do this where we celebrate and honor the lovely women that we call women in sport, women that shape the landscape of athletics. And today our guest, although we've reached the end, is Mapaseka. Mapaseka, you've spoken about the fact that you've come back to run, which I'm happy to hear. So tell me the inspiration of coming back, and I know your brother is linked to that, but also how are you finding it, and what is the goal of this return?
Running is easy for me. Running is my passion. And the return is trying something new, something different, from track to road running, marathons. But now I'm doing my first ultra marathon. I know it sounds crazy. It is crazy.
But it's Mapaseka, so we're expecting this.
I ran my first marathon last year in Kimberley. I was 9th, second South African, which was good, from couch, 10 weeks of training to a top 10 marathon. Wow. And this year, I ran the marathon in Mpumalanga last week, 2 weekends ago, last weekend. I was 7th, but the goal was not to win. It was just to run a sub-hour 3 marathon so that I can be considered elite for the Two Oceans Marathon. So now I've reached my goal, considered elite for the Two Oceans, so I'm going to do the Two Oceans. I'm so excited, but not so excited because it's new territory, and I'm looking forward to it.
But I love the fact that, Mapaseka, you continue to challenge yourself. And then you want to challenge yourself, and that's just you.
That's just me. Yeah, you said it. Exactly. That's just me. So I'm looking forward to this new challenge, this new journey, and the 56 kilometers. Sounds so crazy, but yeah.
And you're going to do it.
I'm going to do it. The goal is to be in the top 10. If not, I've tried. I can always go back next year because I don't know what lies ahead, and but in who have done it. And but I'm very excited. I've been putting in the work, I'm training, and I've got the support from Nike South Africa, Nedbank Athletics Club, my family, and my daughter, obviously.
Your biggest cheerleader.
My biggest cheerleader.
So Mapaseka, looking at athletics right now, I mean, we've got your Yvette van Zyl, we've got your Gerda Steyn, the queen of the marathons, we've got Glen Rose Aba, who has been killing the 10-kilometer races. When you look at the running landscape and how far we've come, especially for women, what are the small anyana things where you're like, okay, if we can tick these boxes, I'd be happy?
The development boxes. If we can tick the development boxes, then I can be happy. Grassroots level, your cross-country, your 800-meter athlete, we cannot just have Prudence. She's doing amazing. Prudence.
Yeah.
But we need to, when Prudence is injured, we don't have anyone.
Yep.
Gerda, Yvette, Glen Rose is still doing the shorter distances. They are marathon athletes. Who's doing 10 kilometers with Glen Rose? Who's doing the World Cross Country Championships? Yeah. And we need to go back and say, where's the development? Where is the group that, like your Mapaseka, who used to run USASA games, school athletics, where it built us, where you go as an outing, you don't know anything, you just want to enjoy running, but it keeps you out of the streets, and eventually you are at Glen Rose Aba, Yvette, Mapaseka Makhanya. So we need to go back to that.
And I know you had running with Mapa, something that was very important, but because of COVID and how it just changed everything for everyone, are we going to see that come back again? Because it's part of the development that you're talking about, where you have an organization or a foundation that focuses on running.
Yes, Run with Mapa is so special to me because I went on in Soweto, 5 races in and around Soweto, and did development, knocked at schools, invited school kids to do the 5-kilometer runs, and I had sponsors, but COVID hit all of us, and now I'm sitting here looking for sponsors to do the Run with Mapa again, and the motto of the Run with Mapa is be a speed star at your own pace, whether you're crawling, but you are a speed star. You're gonna get to the finish line, and we're taking kids from the streets. We're claiming back our communities through sports. And a wise man once said, running is the mother of all sports. Whether you play soccer, rugby, swimming, tennis, netball, whatever you call it, you need to run. So Running with Mapa came in that form that you take school kids, they get active, they start running, and later they'll go to play their netball, their rugby and whatnot, but keep them off the streets.
Yeah, and that's the importance of running in athletics. And I particularly like what you're saying, because there were soccer competitions, netball competitions, athletics competitions, and you hear less about that these days. We
had Wednesday sports, where you get soccer and netball, athletics, which made kids look forward to it. Now which is sad, but the other thing is the stadiums in the townships are closed for kids to be able even to train in them. So we need to look at those things, that what are we doing as the local government to help kids to do sports?
And that's the call that we're making to governments and corporate to keep supporting school sports, but also the likes of Run with Mapaseka. So that's where we end our conversation. I feel like we can speak for more hours with this young lady, but good luck for the 2 Oceans. We're wishing you all the best and good luck for the future. And thank you for the role that you play as a representative of women in sport, and just the girl child seeing someone that looks like them on the global stage just doing their best. It's Women in Sport Africa. We're back again next week, Sunday, and we don't disappoint. We'll have another incredible woman in sport that is a trailblazer of note, just like Mapaseka Makhanya.